Well, according to LegalZoom, 56% of Americans believe that estate planning is important, but only 33% have documented their end-of-life plans. Our next guest is here to close some of those gaps for us. Joining me now, we've got Nicholas Yeomans, who is the CFP and financial advisor and president of Yeomans Consulting Group. Nick, great to have you here with us. Let's kick things off with just how critical estate planning is and the risks if you are not properly prepared.
Yeah, I think it comes down to, really a sense of responsibility to our families and our loved ones. At the end of the day, I don't want courts or some attorneys involved in my affairs and making decisions where I could have made the decisions for myself and my family up front. So really, this is about being proactive and making our decisions today rather than someone making them for us in the future.
You say that there are 3 critical documents that everyone in retirement should have. What are they, and can you break them down for us?
Yeah, so everyone should have at least these 3 basic documents. Number 1, we all kind of know it, but at the end of the day, we need the will. And the will is basically a letter to probate court that says what your wishes are and who will carry those wishes out. Number 2 is the durable financial power of attorney. Most of middle America today, their biggest assets are their home and their retirement accounts. This document plays a critical role in controlling those documents if we're incapacitated. And then lastly would be our healthcare directives. Our healthcare directives would include like a living will or advanced healthcare planning directives. Like in the state of Georgia, we have the living will, healthcare power of attorney, and conservatorship, guardianship on one document. So in the event we're incapacitated, who can make those healthcare decisions for us? We have to have those 3 documents.
It's really interesting because a lot of people are potentially thinking about one of the other documents that is extremely important with the revocable living trust. What do people need to know about that?
Well, I always say it's an optional document, but let me say it's probably the document that is growing the most in popularity amongst Americans today. Number 1, if you're interested in maximum control of your affairs, privacy, and avoiding probate, it is a fantastic document. Now, it doesn't do a lot of the fancy things a lot of people think they do, like for asset protection and things like that. But when it does come to providing that protection from keeping your affairs private and avoiding probate, it's a great tool. I like to think about it like it's a plain vanilla trust with some sprinkles. And for most middle Americans, you should be asking yourself, does this document make sense for me?
It's really interesting. And I was, as many of us are, obsessed with everything that Warren Buffett is doing on his trading. More interestingly, in the 4th quarter of last year, we saw how he was setting up different inheritances for his kids as well. Now, we should remind folks that his kids are in, I believe, their late 60s, early 70s. Yeah. So it's not like they're going to go out and just have a splurge spend, but not only do they have some sort of ownership over it, but there also are different trustees that are assigned to each of them as well. How do people and families really need to go about making sure that if they're kind of giving a certain inheritance or passing things down to members of the family who might need assistance making decisions at some point, that there are additional people who are set up that are trusted by the family as well to make those decisions?
Man, you are bringing up such a critical piece of estate planning, and it's missed all the time. One family that does it well here in Atlanta is the Truett Cathy family. But communication is key. We have to take the time to have the family meetings, have the family gatherings. And you don't have to talk dollars and cents. You don't have to do that. What you can do is express your wishes, express who you think should be in charge of what, how they should control the assets, what your intentions are without all of the legalese. If you can do that, you're 90% ahead of the game. So family meetings and communication, critical, and I'm sure that's something Warren Buffett's done really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Nicholas, thanks so much for taking the time here with us today. Really appreciate it.